Greetings from North Carolina. This is Homestead at a Rental. We thought we'd do a series on what you can do with pinto beans. Pinto beans is a very large part of our diet, and they're very versatile, and we thought what we would do is sort of show you how to do a basic pinto bean and how we do it, and then what I thought I'd do is 4 or 5 different recipes of what I do after the beans are cooked. That way things just don't get boring. I know a lot of times, meals can kind of get the same old, and so I thought we'd just show you. We'll do a small series, probably take a couple of months and do. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm sorting through my beans. Beans, obviously, being an agricultural product, they are going to have bits of dirt, stones. Sometimes the beans themselves look a little hinky. So what I do is I go through them, and as you can see, I found a rock and a couple of beans that I just felt looked a little too weird for me. One of the things that I really like about pintos is the fact that they do not have to be soaked overnight. Especially if you're going to be home or if you're going to cook them in the crock pot, though I do recommend that you monitor them, because I have definitely burnt my beans before, because you're not just cooking, but they're also going to be plumping up. So you really have to make sure you have warm water on hand. That's why sometimes the crock pot's not exactly the best way to go. These cook so good over an open fire. As a matter of fact, that's one of our favorite ways to do it. But I'm just going to show you how to do it basically in the house. Now, if we walk over to the stove, I can show you. This is just your regular basic salt pork. And we just, slowly try to heat it up. It's a little hot right now, but we try to heat this up. And you see how all that fat is going down here? I guess this is one good reason to have an uneven stove, but all the fat goes down here. And then what we do is, once this is yummy and crispy, and it looks like this, we drain off the fat into our fat dish here, and that's what we use to season our cast iron. I have the water in with the beans, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it up, and I'm going to wait for that to boil, and then I'll let it boil for about 20 minutes, and then I will turn the heat way, 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 way down, and continue to just stir it and monitor it for a couple of hours until the beans are soft and they fall apart very easily, or they mush very easily. I usually put the cover on there so it gets almost like a baking kind of thing going on. And basically that's how I make the pinto bean base. And so, like I said, in the coming few weeks we'll do different bean recipes so you can see how versatile the pinto bean is. Okay, now we're going to show you. The beans have cooked for a while at a rolling boil, and they're now nice and plumped up. There's still plenty of water in there. I've turned it down to a medium-low, and I'm going to take some of our cracklings and put them in there for flavoring. Cover it and just let it go. Every 20 minutes to a half hour I will come out and check and make sure that that we don't have any issues with water. Add water if I need to. And basically I'm just going to let it cook for the next 2-3 hours, depending upon how long it takes. And that's it. That's just basic pinto beans. And then I'll show you some recipes on what you can do with a big pot of pinto beans. This is Homestead and Rental, over and out.